going on, everyone? I'm DSP and welcome to the weekend preview for April 17th, 2011. And you may say to yourself, gee, why is Phil doing a weekend preview video on a Sunday instead of a Monday like he's traditionally been doing? And the answer is because this week is so jam-packed with content that I'm not even going to have time to do the weekend preview video tomorrow, so I want to get it out of the way today. Yeah, it's that crazy. So as always, what I'm going to do, I'm going to review what I've done over the past week. Then I'm going to talk about what I'm going to be doing over the course of the next week. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about some future plans, which I think all of you will be excited about if they come through, which is, right now it's probably looking about 80% like it's going to happen. But anyway, I digress. So let's get started. So, if you haven't been following along, this past week was Fan Appreciation Week, and actually a couple interesting things. First of all, every single day, Monday through Saturday, I sat down and played with the fans, different games, online cooperative gameplay, and every day was basically a different game except for Wednesday, which I played 2 games on. So it was Crysis 2 on the Xbox 360, Dead Space 2 on the PS3, WWE All-Stars, and then Bulletstorm on the 360. Thursday was Killzone 3 on the PS3. Friday was Homefront all day on the Xbox 360, and then yesterday, John Rambo came over and we both played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood with the fans on Xbox 360. So, it was a jam-packed week of content. I really enjoyed being able to play with all the fans, so thank you to all the fans who participated. If you didn't get in this time, I apologize. As you know, I do have lots of fans who like to play with me or who want to get a chance to play these games with me, and not everyone got in. So I do apologize. And one quick thing I do want to say, if you spam the hell out of my box, my Xbox message box or whatever, chances are I'm probably not going to accept your message. It's one thing if like once an hour you want to send one. It's another thing if you send me something like 12 within 1 hour. I'm probably not going to pay attention to you because that's very annoying and childish. But again, I digress. That's just something for you to know. There's lots of people who want to be able to play, and if you're spamming my box, you're basically not letting me see everyone's message or making it harder for me to see the message, so cut that shit out. But anyway, overall the week was great. It was very fun, positive. I had a lot of fun playing with the fans. Overall, I think the feedback was positive. On thekingofhate.com, a lot of people have posted up about how much fun they had. Other people have posted up how much fun the videos are. And in particular, I'd say some of my favorite moments from the week would probably be some of the Dead Space 2 stuff was a lot of fun. I really do like that game online. I wish more people played it online, actually. I definitely would say some of the WWE All-Stars matches were freaking hilarious, and if you have not seen them, check them out on DSPGaming. By the way, all the footage from all those matches are up now on DSPGaming, so if you want to check it out, every single day there's a playlist for what game or games I was playing. And then I would probably say yesterday, the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, there was some really funny stuff as well. Especially because John was here, and you know, whenever John's over, you know, when we're doing stuff together, it's usually comedy gold. So check those out as well. So that was the past week. Now, this week, what is coming up new? Lots of stuff. First of all, today, I was maybe going to go to a Marvel vs. Capcom 3 tournament. Unfortunately, it turns out I don't have a ride there, so that's out. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. I might just chill out and actually take a day off, which would be nice. But at the same time, I do understand that if I don't have new footage on my channel every day, that I can kind of lose visibility on YouTube, which I don't want to do. So I may or may not do something. I actually have like 3 or 4 kind of free hours here, and I may just pull something out of the vault, you know what I mean? Or I may just jump into anything. I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm doing, so I can't guarantee anything. But today, I'm not so sure. But starting tomorrow, an insane amount of content this week because so much stuff is coming out. First of all, tomorrow, the access to the Gears of War 3 beta becomes public. I know a lot of people are freaking out and they've been sending me messages saying that the Gears of War 3 beta is already out. No, it is not. The only people who have access to the Gears of War 3 beta are people who were given codes to do so from Cliffy B, who is one of the game developers. He was actually giving these out as like a contest on his Twitter account. So some people have it, yeah, some people were doing it on Justin TV on Friday, but it is not publicly available yet. So no, I can't play the Gears 3 beta until tomorrow when it's made publicly available, but I will be doing that all day tomorrow. Now, interesting to note is that Gears of War, my history with it, I did not play the first Gears of War when it was new. at the time, I was more into like Call of Duty and that kind of stuff, and fighting games. Obviously, I've always been into. At that time, I was very heavily into the competitive fighting game scene. That's really what I was focusing on. So at that period of time, I really wasn't playing games that much outside of that. And so a lot of my friends that actually were playing Gears of War told me to get it, and eventually I did get it, but it was months and months after it had been new. And I absolutely sucked at it because they had all been playing it for like 6 to 8 months, and I hadn't ever played it, so I got my ass handed to me. I really didn't like that game that much. Now, Gears of War 2, if you've been following along from the beginning, you know it's one of the first games I actually did a playthrough of on my original YouTube channel, Dark Side Phil, of the campaign. At the time, I was so busy with other stuff, I actually never played the multiplayer of that game. So, Gears of War 3 is going to be like complete, like, starting from scratch. Almost like I have no knowledge of the game. I know it's a third-person shooter. I played a little bit of the Gears of War 1 online gameplay, but I really have no... I'm probably going to get my ass handed to me all day tomorrow, but I'm going to try my best to learn the game in this multiplayer beta. So, that's going to be all day Monday. Tuesday is absolutely insane. First of all, I just got the message from my local GameStop that they're actually doing a midnight launch on Tuesday for Portal 2 and also for Mortal Kombat 9. And it's a little confusing because then I was like, well, why aren't they doing it for SOCOM 4 as well? So I need to confirm whether or not they're going to actually have SOCOM 4 there available, or if I have to actually go back to the store later in the week to get it, which would be really stupid. But anyway, really cool. I'm not sure I'm going to attend the midnight launch or not, simply because I need to get some freaking sleep, and I want to be able to play the games all day long on Tuesday. But we'll see what happens. If I do, I probably won't be playing Portal 2. It'll probably be me messing around with Mortal Kombat 9 after midnight, you know what I mean, for a couple hours, but I'm not sure yet. But there's really good news that John Rambo is coming over on Tuesday, and we are going to jump straight into the cooperative campaign of Portal 2. We're going to play it for several hours and see how far we can get. And then we're also going to mess around with Mortal Kombat 9. So on launch day, you're going to see part of the co-op campaign of Portal 2, plus you're going to see day one gameplay of Mortal Kombat 9 from two people who have played previous Mortal Kombat games and are going to try to learn this new engine. And from what I've heard, the engine that they're now playing on in this game is way different from the one of the beta that we actually played a couple months ago. If you remember, there was the beta demo that came out, and we were playing it, but that was like a really early build with crazy juggles and stuff. Apparently they've changed the engine, so we'll see what happened and what they've changed. But we're really excited for that. I mean, first Mortal Kombat game in a long time where competitive players are actually excited about it. They went back to their roots. They tried to make this a viable competitive game rather than like a stupid flying fucking air combo juggle game like the previous Mortal Kombats had been, and they were awful. So yeah, we're interested in that, and we're going to see what we can do on Tuesday. So you're going to see at least those two games on Tuesday. Now, obviously, I do want to play all the other releases that are coming out this week, and there's two of them. There's Conduit 2 for the Wii, which supposedly has a pretty decent single-player campaign and some good online play as well. And then also, later in the week, we are going to blow some shit up with SOCOM 4. And as you can see, I did get the, whatever the fuck this is called. I don't even know. What is it called? It's called the Sharpshooter, the PlayStation Move Sharpshooter. I picked it up yesterday, and I can't wait to see how, you know, how this works with the games. It's pretty cool, you know. The good thing about this is you don't have to go like this and point at the screen or go like this. You just hold it naturally like this, and I think this is going to be a lot easier to play a game with rather than going like this. You know, this would actually pointing it and aiming it with your wrist, the move controller, hurts my wrist after a while. This is a more relaxed pose, and so it might be a lot easier to play the game with this. So I'm interested to see how the gameplay works with this guy, which has some pretty unique features, reload buttons and locks and all kinds of shit on it. So we'll see what happens with this. I kind of wish this was out when Killzone 3 was released, but it was not. This was released inexplicably. It was released weeks after Killzone 3 came out. So anyone who wanted to use this for the campaign of Killzone 3, who bought the game when it was new, couldn't use it because Sony's fucking stupid. But I digress again. So we'll be testing that out later this week with SOCOM 4, Conduit 2, and remember that Portal 2 also has a single-player campaign, which is completely separate from the co-op campaign, and I want to try that out this week. So there is so much going on this week. I am not going to have a minute to breathe. I mean, every moment I'm going to have something to do. And I even forgot to mention, There's a WWE All-Stars DLC this week. There already were previous DLCs, which I didn't even know about because no one fucking talked about them at all. Apparently, Honky Tonk Man, Cody Rhodes, and Dusty Rhodes are available. Well, this week, $1 Million Man and his son, Ted DiBiase Jr. are supposedly available in the game as well. And I actually have a code from pre-ordering that game at GameStop to get them for free. So all that is new. I don't know really if I'm going to necessarily do that this week. I might save it, or maybe I'll save it for like if Rambo comes over, because he will be coming over on Saturday as well to do the next episode of Smart Guys. Maybe I'll save it for then and we'll do some more co-op gameplay then. I'm not sure, but it's just more stuff to do this week, which is pretty nuts. So that is a lot of shit coming up this week, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done this week. The good news is next week there is really pretty much, I'm looking at the calendar, like nothing new to be significant. The only thing that will be out next week, the next episode of the Back to the Future game on PS3 should be out next week. But besides that, there's not much new. So whatever I don't get done this week should spill into next week, which should be good. And so, by the way, I forgot to say this, any of the Mortal Kombat footage is going to be up on my DSP Street Fighter channel, just so you know. I'm keeping all the fighting game footage over there. Anything that's not fighting games goes on DSP Gaming, just so you know. One more thing I want to talk about before we adjourn. John and I are throwing around the idea of attending a gaming convention, which is held, I believe, in Oaks, Pennsylvania. I'm not positive. It's near Philadelphia, but it's not necessarily in Philadelphia. It's called the Too Many Games game convention, and this is the first weekend of May, which I'm looking at my calendar now. 3, 4, 5. I believe it would be. It starts on this May 6th and ends on May 8th. If we go, we'll probably go for Saturday and Sunday, which would be the 7th and 8th. It's not confirmed yet. It's not 100%. But I want to already get the feelers out there to the fans. If you guys, are interested, first of all, this gaming convention is very similar to MagFest, which I've been to before. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a bunch of gaming bands there, and what these bands do is they take like music from games and they turn it into rock music, and it's really fucking neat. And they have concerts there. It's going to be amazing. There's going to be vendors there to sell old and used games and trades games and stuff like that. There's going to be a gaming room where you can play any kind of games you want. I mean, they're all going to be there. There's going to be tournaments of Marvel 3, Super Street Fighter 4, Mortal Kombat 9. All that stuff's going to be going on. And so John and I kind of said, you know what, this should be something interesting that we can do. But I am waiting to hear back from John to see if it's 100% that he can go and there's no issues with that. But yeah, for the most part, we looked at it yesterday online. It looks really interesting. The Angry Video Game Nerd supposedly supposed to be there. He's on the guest list, which would be pretty cool to meet him. But what I'm thinking of is if I go, I'll let them know, that I'm going, and maybe, get my name on the guest list so people can know from the website that I'm going to be there. I would love to meet a lot of the fans from the tri-state area, or anyone, who is willing or who can go to this thing from this area of the country. No problem, anyone knows the gaming tournaments I went to, I, shook everyone's hand, talked for a little bit, anything you want signed, I have no problem with that. What I was even thinking of doing, and it might be too late because it's only 3 weeks, which kind of sucks, because there were a couple things I was waiting to go through before I wanted to start planning trips and stuff like this, and it actually did just go through, which is really great news, which means now I'm a lot more free to do some stuff that I want to do this year, and so that's why I'm able to plan out this trip and afford this trip. But anyway, since there's only 3 weeks, I was thinking of you maybe setting up like a half-hour panel where John and I would have like a Q&A session with the fans. Any questions you wanted to ask us live or anything like that. They do that a lot at these conventions, and I'm sure the Angry Video Game Nerd is probably going to have a panel, and there'd be other people there with panels, so if they have room in their schedule, I was thinking about doing something like that, or at least asking them if they would want, maybe want me to do something like that. But again, it's not a positive. I haven't set anything in motion yet. I will let you guys know over the next couple of days whether it's a positive or not. And if it is, I hope that a lot of you can make it there. In fact, I urge a lot of you, go check it out. Too Many Games. Take a look on the internet. They have a website. If you were going to go already, let me know. And if you weren't going to go, but now it looks interesting and you might go, if I go, basically, if John and I go, and because you want to meet us or maybe hang out or whatever, also let me know, because it's pretty cool to know, how many people are interested in maybe attending an event because we might be there or something like that. And, hey, that would make it even more worthwhile for us to attend an event like that. So, send me a message or maybe even reply to this video. Just leave a comment on this video if that sounds like something you'd be interested in. So this would really basically be the first event outside of a gaming tournament that John and I would be going out as like a meet and greet with the fans, finally get out there, become a part of the gaming community, rather than me just sitting here filming stuff all day. And again, I'm happy that something, you know, that a lot of positive stuff's been going on recently, and I'm able to do this finally. So, alright, so that's it. A gigantic week this week. I am friggin' going nuts right now because I'm thinking in my head, man, every day's going to be so jam-packed with fun, new content. And I just can't wait to get my hands on these new games. Portal 1, I really enjoyed it. I love the quirky atmosphere and personality of that game. I can't wait to play Portal 2. Mortal Kombat 9, from everything that I've heard and from everything that I've seen, this game's going to be good. And I cannot wait to actually, basically, it's like re-inducting the series. You know, after a decade of shit that came out of fucking Midway, we're finally getting a worthy Mortal Kombat game that looks like it may be, you know, tournament compatible. And all the fighting game tournaments this year have this game and are willing to give it a shot. Even EVO has it. So, you know, I cannot wait to get my hands on that. SOCOM 4, I want to try this mother bitch out and see how many people's heads we can fucking blow off with this thing. And also Conduit 2. Finally, the first Wii game of the year I'll be playing, because there has not been a fucking Wii game worth playing all year so far. Finally, we're going to have one. So I am excited, and this is going to be a crazy week. Yeah, so that's it. So I'm DSP. Thanks a lot. Again, please let me know if you're interested in attending the Too Many Games Gaming Convention. Again, it's not set in stone yet. It's not 100%, but it's a very strong chance that we're going to go and attend that, and I'd like to see what kind of fan, you know, attention we would draw if we were to attend something like that, and if it would be worth it, you know, not only for us. I mean, it's going to be fun for us regardless, but I'd like to see, you know, if that's something that people would be interested in. So, alright, see you guys later. Actually, I'll see you guys tomorrow at the earliest, at the latest, for the Gears of War 3 beta. Again, I might do something today, but I'm not sure. Thanks a lot.